Good day, my friends. Welcome to today's video where we're going to be focusing on learning how to play bluegrass breaks starting with a G run and applying a G run to every chord in the song that you're playing. So I'm going to teach you 3 G runs on 3 different chords. A G run on G, a G run on C, and a G run on D. Now why are they all called G runs? That's just the name for that lick, because it's typically played on a G chord. But you can play that G run on any chord. And we're going to learn how to string them together on a tune and just use that as a practice technique to work on getting that G run in your vocabulary. So I'm going to use the tune Blue Ridge Cabin Home as an example. And I've got it pulled up on Strum Machine. Blue Ridge Cabin Home, the backing accompaniment on Strum Machine. I've got it here set slow at 70 beats per minute so that we can practice playing a G run on the chords that arise in the song. So let's first learn a G run on the 3 chords. So starting with, and I'm going to bring this mic a bit closer, starting with the G, we have, now that is a downstroke on the A string, an upstroke on the 1st fret, and a slide. So starting with that, then we've got an upstroke on the D string, a pull off from the 2nd fret to open, so, and a downstroke on the G string. You can pick all those, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's good to know how to do both, but we're kind of focusing on this slide and pull off version. And you want to kind of try to get that sound, that kind of swinging sound, instead of, so it bounces a little bit. That's for the G chord. Now here's a G run on C. It's the same thing. You're just going to move it all up 1 string, and you're going to end on C. And it's right in your chord here. If you play your chord, you've got, so we start on the D string. You can either slide that or hammer on. Either or. So that's for your C. And then for your D, you can do it there or there. So the first spot here is on the D string, and you're starting on the 2nd fret, plucking that note with a downstroke. An upstroke moves from the 2nd to the 3rd fret with a hammer on. So, and then we're moving to the 2nd fret on the G string with an upstroke. And then you're going to downstroke on the 4th fret and pull off. So that together is, and then you're finishing with a downstroke on the D. Slow down the video, pause it, learn these licks, take your time with it. Practice getting them clean, figure out what your fingers need to be doing. You can also do the G one up there, but we're going to start with just these 3 patterns. G, C, D. I also like this D. I'll show you this other D as well. Just down on the E string. That's what that looks like. So let's hear the G run on Blue Ridge Cabin Home pulled up on Strum Machine, playing the appropriate G run for each chord that comes up. So I'll play you the chords first.
1, 2, 3, 4.
To the C, to the D, and the G. That's the whole tune. So it's just G, C, D, G. Blue Ridge Cabin Home is there's a well-beaten path on this old mountainside where I wandered when I was a lad, and I wandered alone to the place I call home in those Blue Ridge hills far away. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia. From those Blue Ridge hills I did roam. When I die, won't you bury me on the mountain far away near my Blue Ridge mountain home? So that's the gist of the tune. Just GCD, so let's try to play a G run for each chord. Let's do it at 70 beats per minute. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Again. So that's the gist, and now that might be too quick for you. You can change Strum Machine to any tempo. You can do 50
1,
beats per minute.
2,
3, 4. So you can practice that at any tempo, but what you want to do is you want to twist your hourglass, put it on for 15 minutes, and do a practice session on G runs on these 3 chords, and try to master those 3 G runs so that you can put them over whatever chord comes up, G, C, or D. Try that at different tempos, just work on that for 15 minutes. As you start to master that, you can start to expand from there. This is kind of just like an intro to making a bluegrass break, is just starting with a G run and putting it over every chord. But as you expand, and I'll go back to, I'll do 80 beats per minute here. I'll try to put a lick in, maybe at close to the end of the phrase. So I'll give you an example.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll do it again. So something like that, throwing in some kind of lick at the end of the phrase.
1, 2,
One more time.
4.
Lick. Starting it again. So you can play around, in all kinds of different ways and start to challenge yourself on figuring out, well, maybe you don't know any licks, and that's kind of the purpose of this video, is to teach you your first lick, which is a G run. But as you start to expand on that, you can go, okay, well, what would it mean to play a lick? And you could do something simple, like, create a framework. For example, you could do a lick that is just G major pentatonic. Now, if you don't know G major pentatonic, it looks like this, the simple version. G major pentatonic, which you could practice that over a tune.
1,
as an example.
2, 3, 4.
So that's a simple G major pentatonic. You can also add the blue note, which is, you're just adding that and that, and you can practice that over the scale, or over the chords.
4.
Right? just messing around with the scale and learning how to resolve to G, you could use that scale to play a lick outside of your G run practice. So I'll give you an example.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Lick. G run. G run. G run. Lick. Okay? So just anything simple, any lick resolving to the G. I'll do more videos on how to create licks and how to learn licks and so on. But this video is mostly focused on just learning that G run and trying to put that over a tune with the different chords G, C, and D. So that'll be a good start for you. Play around with that, pause the video, slow down, really learn those G runs, practice with your 15-minute hourglass, and we'll see you guys in the next video.